and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sisipo, and thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for those of you who are returning subscribers, and those of you who are not yet subscribers on my channel. Please press the subscribe button now and become a part of the family. Also, do not forget to press the notification bell so that every time I post a new video, you can be notified. You can be first in line to know what's up, so today I just wanted to talk about something that a lot of us can relate to, and so I just want to reflect on the year 2020. I know we are in July, and we're just over the halfway mark, and some of us have had goals. I had goals. I had things that I wanted to achieve. I've achieved some of them, and so I just wanted to come and just let you know what has been happening, what I had planned, what has already happened, what I'm grateful for that has happened, because there's a lot to be grateful for. There's really a lot to be grateful for. So let's get right into it. So in 2020, beginning of this year, actually the last day of the year, I sat down and I journaled. I wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to achieve this year. So those are some of the things that I'm going to touch on. I'm not going to say everything just yet. So I'm just going to say like a couple of things that I had planned. One of those things, I think it was at the top of my list, was for me to pursue a relationship with God. Obviously I have a relationship with God, but I just wanted the relationship to be on a better level. I wanted the relationship to be better than it had been in the previous year and the previous years. So I just wanted that for myself. I knew that God had so much in store for me. I knew that God had so much that he wanted to achieve through me. So I needed to be in that place where I can hear him and where I know exactly what it is that he wants me to do at that particular time. So I was set on this journey. I told myself, I'm going to spend time in the word, I'm going to spend time in prayer, I'm going to be reading books, I'm just going to invest myself in doing all those things. And you know what I did? I actually did. I told myself I was going off Facebook in the beginning of the year. That is exactly what I did. I went off Facebook because I thought there's too much distractions and I have goals that I want to achieve, and I don't want to be influenced by all the other things that other people are saying. So I thought, let me take that break from Facebook and just focus on what I want to achieve. And that gave me more time reading the word, gave me more time for reading, and gave me more time to just interact with other people who are like-minded. And I also wanted to pursue my purpose. I wanted God to show himself in my life and show me what is next for this year. And fortunately for me, at church we had also a prayer and fasting week that we do every year. So I embarked on that. I was actually very excited for it because I know I went on like intermittent fasting the week before, and so by the time we were getting into like prayer and fasting, I was ready because I had told myself, I had so much expectation. I think that is what made me so excited about it, because I had so much expectation from God. So I jumped right into it. And one of the things that I remember so well that was part of our prayer points at that time was that God may reveal to us our purpose for the season. That was my prayer. Yes, we were praying for other things, but that one, when it was posted in the group, I was like, yes, I'm here for this one. And you know what? God is a God who honors his word. He's a God who honors us when we pray. Like, really, our prayers prevaileth much. Because what happened was, I think it was like a couple of weeks after that prayer, but God began showing me stuff and telling me stuff, and I needed to act on certain things, and certain things were for me that I needed to take cognizance of. So that was me. I was literally all the time in the presence of God, even at work, because at that point we did not really have much to do. So I just invested that time in reading, invested that time listening to podcasts, invested that time in reading books, invested that time in praise and worship, whilst everyone else was busy with their own things and office gossip and all those things. Yes, 1 or 2 days I'd be there, but most of the time I spent that time alone. my colleagues can actually tell you that this is what I did religiously for most of that time. So I did that, and God was showing me exactly what to do, which step to take, who to contact next. Even when I went back on Facebook, he was like telling me what to post, when to post, those things, my blogs, everything. He was just giving me direction, and I was there for it. I was like here for it. And one of the things that I'm actually very excited about, even when lockdown began, I was reflecting, and I thought, you know what, I had actually done so much for God in the past couple of months, and I'm really at a happy place, because now I was not at that point whereby, lockdown happened and I had this planned and I had not achieved this. I was not even sad because of all the other things that I had planned, because all the other things that God had already told me to do, I had already done. The first event that we did was a breakfast for young ladies. I hosted that breakfast, and we sat there, and God was just speaking to us and talking to us about purpose. And God just wanted us to pursue Him. God just wanted us to pursue purpose. And God just wanted us to move from all the self-pity, because I know a lot of women that I deal with, a lot of women who had trauma, a lot of women who had gone through difficulties in their lives. And God just wanted us to move from that. Not to say that we have forgotten about everything that had happened, but obviously He wanted us to move. Yes, this has happened, but what is it that I'm showing you? He wanted us to be at that particular point in our lives where now we are ready to move, even with our pain, but we are ready to carry that forward and preach a message of hope to others. So that is exactly what God was doing in that season, in that particular moment when we met with the ladies. And then as even before that, like, I had told myself that if there is an event where I can go to and God is going to speak a word to me, then God, please direct me to that. He actually did. I attended a young, not a young, but single ladies seminar. I think a week before we had the breakfast, I attended that seminar. The way God spoke in that seminar, the way God spoke, I actually have recordings of that on my phone. And from time to time, when God reminds me of what He said on that day, I would listen to that and I would share it with some of my friends as well. I remember Oma Muke Kwacha was preaching there, and she was like, one of the things that she was saying, I see in Dao, and that is where I have been at, that Andi in Dao, I am not going anywhere. I am going to stick with God. Like, doesn't matter what it is that I go through, but I have told myself that as long as I have breath in me, as long as I am breathing, I am not going anywhere. Prayer will be my weapon. Praise and worship will be my weapon. I will stay in the presence of the Lord all the days of my life. That is what she was preaching about, and preaching about purpose as well. And I was so shocked, like, wow, God, I see you. It was really refreshing to be amongst other young, like-minded believers. So after the breakfast as well, there was another singles seminar that happened, and I was really I wanted to attend that, but I could not afford it. And you know what, by the grace of God, someone paid for my ticket. I do not even know who paid for it, but I was told, like, I think 2 nights or a night before, that I would be attending that seminar. And I was really excited about it, because I wanted to be wherever I could get more growth and get to learn what God is saying through other people, so that other people can impart on me as much as I impart in other people's lives. So I didn't want to be at that place where I am now the self-righteous person that is pouring out to others but having no one pouring out on me. So I did not want to be at that point. And actually, that morning, I had also attended a prayer, a women's prayer that we had at church. We had breakfast first, and then we went by the beach and we were praying. And this was like now when coronavirus was like on the news all the time, and we were praying to God. We were praying to God to show us exactly what it is that He's trying to achieve. And we're praying also even for the safety of our families. And I don't want to take that prayer for granted, because up until this point, no one in my family has been sick. That is a testimony. No one in my family has been sick. I was going to say this at the end, but you know what? I can't leave it out. God has been good. God has been keeping us safe. We are well. And I am so grateful for that. One of the things that I also told myself that I was going to do was embark on a weight loss journey. Now, like if you like me and like a bit overweight or obese or whatever, you probably tried out a couple of weight loss journeys, failed, tried it, failed, succeeded, failed again, I've been through it all. I've been through it all. And especially after I had my daughter, I just wanted to lose the baby weight. And I succeeded, I think, in 2014. I had actually lost quite a bit of weight. And then life happens, and you just let go of certain things, and you just start going back to old habits, and that is exactly what had happened. So I was almost like on size 40, guys. Like size 30 was 38 was really tight. So I was like bordering on size 40, and I was like, no, there is no way I am going to be wearing a size 40. But I needed now a plan. I needed a plan that I knew it wouldn't be so easy to fall back on. And when I had gone off Facebook, I had intentionally joined Twitter. Now, you might be thinking, Twitter, like the savage Twitter. But you know what? I got to find a couple of people there, and I got to have like an accountability community that I met there. And there was a guy there who led this 90-day movement. And I thought, you know what, this is something that I would love to try out. I was scared and like, yo, am I gonna be able to stop having sugar for 90 days? 90 days, like no sugar, no processed things, no bread, no nothing. But you know what, I thought, let me do it. What do I have to lose? Weight, obviously. So I was like, I'm sold. So I started that on the 6th of January, and that was the day I was going back to work. So I told myself I was going to start that when I'm going back to work, so that this can be my habit, and this is the new Sisipo that they will know as well when I go back to work. So you know what, I jumped on that ship, and I went about it, and I also started exercising. I had a bit of trouble with exercising, like had some injuries and all those things, so I stopped exercising for a bit. But then after a while, I actually started seeing results. I started managing the way that I eat. I started with intermittent fasting in the first week, and then the following week we had the fasting at church, and then after that I just carried on eating good food. I would buy fruit for breakfast, so I would not eat for most of the morning and eat around 11, 12, and then after that I would have like leftovers from last night. I cut out starch from my diet. I had a bit of starch like potatoes and whatnot, but I had really cut out on rice and pap, and to this day. So I cut out on certain things, and because now I had to be mindful of my situation and my budget, I tried not to be like everyone else and like buy all those fancy things. I really could not afford those things, so I worked with what I had. I worked with what I had, sorry. And I keep telling other people to do the same as well. People keep asking me, what can I eat, what should I do? I'm like, work according to your own budget. Okay, this is not what we're here about, but I just want to put it out there. If you want to lose weight, look at your circumstance. Look at what it is that you need to change in your life. It's just altering your lifestyle. I don't believe that any weight loss journey that you go to, if it's going to be successful, it just has to be a way that you alter your lifestyle and tell yourself this is how you're going to live for the rest of your life. Because if you do it for a certain time only, then you're going to fall back onto those old habits. I've seen it, and it's not cute. It really isn't cute. But the 90-day movement just allowed me to kickstart my journey. It just allowed me to be mindful, because when you know it, you just know, wow, okay, I'm not going to be eating certain things, and I'm cutting down on rice forever. It's not like I'm cutting down on rice for the 90 days. It's a forever thing. And if I'm telling myself consciously that I'm not going to be eating pap, I'm not going to be eating that like forever. So and my family has also like adjusted to the way that I eat. They already know how to dish up for me. They will dish up the vegetables and the meat, and I'd be happy. So that is exactly how I had chosen to go about life. And when the lockdown had started, I continued on that journey. And I lost some weight. I actually lost some weight, and I was so happy. I was so happy, and I had lost, I think, about 12 kilograms by April. It was a very big thing for me. It was a very big thing for me because wow, I'd been bordering on like 100. I almost reached 100. I think I was on, no, I would almost reach 90. I was on 80 something, like 89 something, 89 point something, and I had been on like 77 point something, 78. So that was like a great achievement for me, and I just continue to see the change in my body, in how I felt about myself. I took pictures, I wore short things, I was really really excited because now this is the Sisipo that I want to see. Yes, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm getting there. And that is the motivation that I have been getting from myself to myself. When I look in the mirror and seeing a difference, I would applaud myself for that, and I would take that as motivation to keep going. So yeah, those are some of the things that I achieved this year, and I'm so grateful to God because I did not have the strength to do it on my own. I have tried to do it on my own, but I had not succeeded. So during lockdown, my prayer was this, that I wanted to continue on this journey, to seek God, continue on this journey to be a better person, through and through, whether it be my body, whether it be my spiritual life, whether it be usisi ponje all round. So God has been faithful in that regard. God has been faithful. Like when the lockdown began, I got to spend more time with God. I got to spend more time reading the word. I got to spend more time, just getting to know the Lord through prayer, through meditation, through praise and worship. And I exercised a lot. And while I was exercising, I'd be playing gospel music. And I'd be like in that space, like where you can hear God uninterrupted. It was such a beautiful time for me. I know lockdown for a lot of people has not been good. I know I also had a bit of anxiety when it started, but I did some alterations also. Like I altered some things as well because I had gone back to Facebook. I needed to go off Facebook again. The reason for this was because of everything that was being said in the media about what the coronavirus had done in Italy. Now, I watched a particular video. I hate that video with all my life, and I hope to never see it again because it had me so anxious that night. I cried the night before lockdown started because I was really anxious and thinking, what if this thing happens to us and my family? What if this were to happen to me? I was asking myself all those questions. But you know what? I had someone that I just felt vulnerable to, which is one of my friends. I spoke to her and she spoke like nice words to me and encouraged me. And because she knows where I am, even emotionally, and where I am, on so many other levels, she could speak to the things that she knew are my biggest worry or a trigger in my life, and she spoke directly to those things. And you know what, I was at ease, and I knew that I had someone to talk to whenever I was like in that space. And I have been good. There have been days where because this is an emotional roller coaster, guys. What we are in right now has never been experienced by anyone before, like in our time. So it was really 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 a painful situation. I mean, it's really really a painful situation to find ourselves in, but you know what, God is really great. God is really faithful, and he still speaks. And one of the things that I've been grateful for is that I've still continued to live my purpose even with the lockdown, because one of my prayers was like, okay God, how do we continue? How do we continue to serve you? How do we continue to reach the lives of people who do not know you? And how do I continue to also reach the lives of people that do know you but might need the ministry that you have placed down on the inside of me? And you know what, God has been showing himself. I've been having opportunities like to impart knowledge on other people. I've been getting onto like different platforms, and obviously this platform, YouTube, is something that God placed in my heart in the beginning of the year. But with the lockdown, it just had to happen. I was taking my time in doing it, but it is here finally. So God has been really good in that regard, and there are still things in the pipeline, and things are happening. We might want to focus on all the negatives that are happening, but and miss out actually on what God is doing. But I do encourage you to take time and look at what God has been doing. Take time and look at your life right now and think, where would you be had the lockdown not happened? Where would you be had God not sustained you even throughout this lockdown? I know for a fact that if we did not have this break that we had, I probably would have grown tired, which is normal, and I probably uh, would have given up on certain things, because wow, like life can be trying. And like, one of the struggles that I had was my finances were really taking a knock, and I was really always frustrated because of that. Yes, I was happy on with other things that were happening in my life, but my finances were really, really, really a struggle for me. And God came through with a better opportunity. God came through with a better opportunity for me. It's not something big, but it is a change, if I may put it that way, in my circumstances. And so I'm really grateful for that. And God is like just keeps opening more doors, and not just doors like financially, but also doors like to collaborate with other people on different projects. It's been really great. And also seeing my friends and seeing people around me tapping into what God has placed in their lives. It's a pity I can't share any of that on this platform, but I'm really happy for them. I am really genuinely happy for them. My heart is like, doing star jumps because of what I'm seeing, and people tapping into their purpose. And particularly, like, these people are particularly the people that we were with in that very breakfast that we had earlier on, where God was just telling us to trust Him and just do what He told us to do. And when I see that happening, my heart, oh, guys, you don't understand. So I just wanted to reflect on those things and reflect on how good God has been throughout this time. Yes, people are dying, and my deepest condolences to all of those that have been losing loved ones. Yes, we have also lost like distant family members, and my heart goes out to them, and we could not even support them. People that are close to us had people that left them, people that passed away, and we could not be there physically to support them. And my heart goes out to those people. My heart goes out to each and every one of you who have lost a loved one during this time. And I pray that God will continue giving you strength to carry on, continue allowing continue trusting Him, continue to trust Him with your life, because I mean, He is the author and the perfecter of our faith. He is our creator. He knows best. Even with what is happening, I just keep going back to Him and like, Lord, what do you want us to do now? What do you want me to do now? How do you want us to move from this? It is painful, but how do you want us to move? What do you want us to learn from this? Because I believe that with every situation that we are going through, God wants to teach us something. So man, guys, like, I'm just happy. I am just happy, and I'm just grateful for the grace of God that is upon my life. I'm grateful for the grace of God that is upon your life as well. I believe that the grace of God is upon your life as well. Just trust Him, open up your heart to Him. So yes, with all of that said, I just hope that you will learn to trust Him more. I love you very, very much, and I do pray that you keep on, like, on this journey of pursuing God in your life. Please join me next time when I post a new video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below and just tell me what it is that you are grateful for. Comment down below and just tell me what has been happening in your life. Those of you who are on like my socials, you can communicate with me there if it's something that you can't write necessarily in the comment section down below. So you can just share your testimony. You don't know what it will do to me, as much as I don't know what my testimony right now is doing to you. So please, guys, share those testimonies on your WhatsApp statuses, share those testimonies on your walls. just let God just be everywhere. Let God just be everywhere. Let God be glorified everywhere. So thank you so much for sticking with me right up until the end of this video. I love you so much, and may God bless you. Bye.